So it depends on what type of supplements you're talking about, like a multivitamin.
Anything from a multivitamin to all the other crap that's out there.
Yeah, so these are great topics, and I hope I'm not talking too much because I could really just dive in, and I feel like
No,
I
this
talk
is
for
awesome. I
hours
appreciate your
on
time.
every topic. So yeah, supplements is obviously a really broad category, and I'll start by saying that supplements are not regulated by the FDA. So again, I think this is the third time I've plugged it since we've been talking, is be an informed consumer, especially when it comes to supplements, because you just really cannot trust what's being put into these powders, pills, whatever you're taking. Because it's not regulated by the FDA, these companies do not have to really legally disclose everything that they're putting on their label. So WADA puts out a ton of great resources for coaches, parents, and athletes. Another one that's more on medication but does cover some supplements is it's put out by WADA. It's a website called Global Dro. That's globaldro.com. And you can go in and type in, what you're questioning. And again, it's almost an endless list of supplements that are in the world. So not every single thing is going to be covered. They have, I'm throwing a number out there, probably like a 95% coverage rate on a lot of these supplements. They'd be able to, as parents, athletes, coaches, if your athlete, you're not going to be able to talk them out of taking whatever supplement that they might want to take, right? We know that sometimes people can be pretty stubborn. Encourage them to look for NSF Certified on it's usually protein powders that athletes are taking that we'd be worried about. So if they're going to do that, you want to encourage it to be third-party tested, and you want that to be NSF. USADA and WADA, they don't do any sort of third-party testing. So if you see, if your athlete's bringing a container of powder to you that says, USADA approved, false. They don't do any sort of third-party testing. So NSF is really that gold standard. And then another red flag to look for, again, athletes, parents, coaches, if you're reading the ingredient list or the nutrition label and you see Proprietary Blend anywhere, that means that's the company's way of saying, I don't have to tell you what's in this. You know what I mean? It could be anything. And there have been people arrested in the past. There was actually one guy putting out supplements that he put meth into. I think it was a pre-workout type of supplement, but yeah, you want to, know the parent company of these supplements, do a little research, what is the origin? Who are the people putting this out there? Do they have any sort of conflicting biases? And that it's a lot of research if you want to safely consume supplements. So that's why as a dietitian, I have a food first mentality always. And then if you can achieve what you want to achieve with food, then you can kind of get into the world of supplements and make sure that you're really doing your homework on what you're going to put into your body. So when it comes down to it, and these athletes become collegiate athletes and they become professional athletes, they are absolutely in charge of what goes in. And, if they're putting something that's not third-party tested into their body, that could be positive on a drug test. And it doesn't matter if they had the best intentions or they got it from GNC, they're not trying to dope. That doesn't matter to these people that are doing the drug testing for the NC2A and WADA and things like that. It just doesn't matter. You're going to have a positive test and you're going to have to deal with the consequences.
Not worth it.
No.